Men used to hide their feelings, back in the James Evans era, if you will. But nowadays, these men cry. They just act a fool.
Yeah, so crying in a heartbeat, ho.
So yeah, I don't think that men hide their emotions as much as they used to.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. I want to know your real, true emotions and your real, true feelings. I don't want to guess, think. I like for you to be able to really express how you feel. So I think that's a good thing.
I don't want all that busting out crying and shit, but
yeah, I mean,
you can tell me how you feel, but don't be all. Come on, man. Like Tess say, if you do all the crying, what the baby's gonna do? Don't do all that. But if you got, you express yourself. If I fuck with you, you know what I'm saying, and I piss you off, or if you love something about me, yeah, definitely express that. But overly emotional,
yeah, nobody wants anything. Too much of anything is not.
Yeah, good. Even on women, some men that date women like that, I don't understand it.
Okay, moving to the next question. This question is kind of like a Tracy question from last week. FaceTime calls without warning. Who can FaceTime you at any given time without prior notice?
My nigga.
That's it?
That's it. Oh, wait. Well, if my mother had iPhone, my mother come on, man. My mother she know how to text and she know how to dial the phone. But
Miss Brevard has entered. Hey, Brevard.
So if my mother had an iPhone, then yeah, I would.
Akila said definitely her man.
Yeah. Okay, Akila.
Sue said her friends.
But no, if it was just my mother.
Lord will have made it in.
If my mother had an iPhone, she could do it too. But yeah, my nigga.
Sue said her mom. Tahir said him. We know what that means. Me, anybody can FaceTime me at any time. If I don't want to answer, I won't. I'm not one of those. Y'all know my door used to always be open. I never even used to close my front door.
She did.
I always.
For years.
Anywhere I live, my door used to always be open.
Her house was always the spot, though.
Anybody could come over at any time.
We had our dates over there.
Days, nights, it just was. I'm just that type of person. So no, if I don't want to, people FaceTime me. If I don't want to talk to them, I just don't answer. But you can FaceTime me at any given time. So
for you, it's just like a phone call. If I don't want to answer, I just don't answer.
Yeah.
What about messaging you?
You can do all of that, but it's up to me how what I do with it. You can message me. I might not answer it. If I don't want to be bothered. Sue said her granny.
Don't do that.
Tess said, why is that a thing? I don't care. Just don't answer. That me and Tess, we Virgos. We on the same page.
Yeah, don't do that.
Sue said the guy's got to call her regular phone, not just FaceTime. Jermaine said, lucky for him, he have an Android. But Android people be getting that
you got
that duo. What is it?
Duo.
That Duo app.
You can FaceTime. You can FaceTime on the Android with Duo.
Tahir said her mom and dad. Akila said her mom and her dad and her godchildren. Tracy said my kids came. My mom could. Certain friends. Everyone else asked. Sue said, how was her house the spot? And she had kids, laughing my ass off.
You wasn't never there, sir. And when you there, you just got bounced around
You was with your grandmother.
To various motherfuckers that was in the living room.
You went with your grandmother on Fridays and came back on Tuesdays.
And all we had to do was give you
fucking come back.
Chicken to suck on. You was placed, squirrel, in that goddamn back room.
I'm post that picture with you and Pinky, with you holding the chicken bone.
The chicken bone. That's all we had to do was feed you. You was out of there.
Okay, Sue said she gonna call 100 million times until she get an answer.
You one of them?
Tess said she agreed with me. Tahir said, don't do us like that. William said, y'all talking about damn phones. Let's talk about how NEG was on some straight Crank Nation shit. Okay, I saw that, Will. Northeast Groovers played last week. Okay, apparently you went, Will. How was it? He always got to do the little go-go segment. So go ahead, Will. Will, did you know that?
Yeah, we should have went. I want to go to another reunion.
I don't want to go see Northeast Groovers ever again. No shade. I'll keep my old memories because the last time I went, I wasn't impressed. But Will,
the last time I went was Howard Theater and they cranked.
Speaking of our go-go portion, no, the last time you went, you were with me, and that was at Fast Eddie's.
They were. Yes, they were. They weren't good.
But Will, Rare Essence is at the Carter Baron this Saturday for free. It is 2 other bands, so I know you into them.
Pack your shit, Will, and go on down there.
So now do we have a go-go segment?
Apparently.
That Will does Will come in every Tuesday for 3 minutes and do a go-go segment.
Let you do your go-go segment.
Okay.
And the comments are saying...
Tracy said, because dudes harass the fuck out of you. People with that FaceTime shit, it's weird. Jermaine said, I don't do FaceTime, very rare.
It's weird, Tracy. I agree with you. It's weird to me if you try to holler at me and you just exchange numbers and bitch you then you FaceTime me. We don't even know each other. So Tracy, I agree with you. That shit's weird.
Reva said her kids can FaceTime her anytime. Will said Hug walked off the stage, so rapper had to hold it down. Will, why Hug walked off the stage? You know they ain't let him sing Golden Lady. You know Hug got a half a song.
I like to
Hug got a half a song.
Hey, go ahead.
Will, yeah, tell us about that. Okay, moving on along. The next question: is an apology and closure the same thing as it pertains to being cheated on?
When it comes to being cheated on, I don't need either. The same? Is it the same? No, because they could be apologizing and don't have no meaning, have zero meaning behind the shit. They really just trying to either get in with you, save face, keep the, you know, they're trying to smooth things over with an apology, but they genuinely don't mean it. So I'm going to say no, it's not the same thing. I think, okay, but let me just touch on closure. I feel like for me, closure is bullshit. Closure,
I agree.
Yeah, closure is your way of keep trying to hold ties with the motherfucker. You don't need no motherfucking closure. Even if the bitch cheated on you, told you she meant nothing, it depends. You the one got to decide whether you can accept what happened or you can't. But that closure bullshit is just a reason to hang on to somebody.
I agree totally. I feel like closure, you just want an excuse to
See him
still
again.
engage with this person in some type of way. And
bitch, if I'm done with you, I don't need no closure.
And closure and an apology definitely aren't the same.
And then why is it that you need closure? If he did something to you that was so fucked up that you wanted to leave him, why would you need to hear why?
Tracy said bye, Ashley. Closure is bullshit.
Yeah. Why would you need to hear why he cheated for you to feel better about yourself? At the point that he cheated.
But that's a great two-part question to this. Because I feel like so many people want to know all the details and what for, like what's the point?
So, like I said, I've been cheated on. I've been cheated on a lot. So, I feel like when I got cheated on, it's can I accept it or can I not? Who gives a fuck about what happened, what y'all did together? I want to know who the bitch is, but it's for different reasons. I want to know who the bitch is because I want to know if you on my page. I want to know if you could book an appointment with me and I come to your house and you fuck me up.
Yeah, that's true.
For me, it's a safety issue. It has nothing to do with the nigga. I want to know who it is so I know who to avoid, or you know what I'm saying, whatever's gonna happen. But as far as needing to know, all I need to know is that you cheated.
Yeah.
And then I decide for myself whether I'm gonna stay with you or not. But whether you fuck this bitch like you fuck me, it's not gonna matter on whether I keep you or not.
Okay, Jermaine said y'all never asked why the man cheated. To her, Sue said, "Wow, me and Coachy just talked about this." Will said, "Closure, close my motherfucking door and get the fuck out."
Period, Will. Period.
And Tracy said, "I don't want to know shit. F ya."
Me.
Jermaine said, "Not to feel better about yourself, but to correct the problem in this relationship or the next." But so, Jermaine, you're saying that you want to know.
But Jermaine, that's bullshit to me because say you cheat on your girl, Jermaine. You got ample opportunity before you decide to cheat on her to come, look, bitch, you ain't doing X, Y, and Z. I keep talking to you about, look, I can find a bitch that, look, listen. It's a lot of hoes out here that want to do what you, be in your spot. Like, what the fuck you want? You got plenty of time to do that. But instead, you keep quiet and then go fuck another bitch and go and blame it on you was unhappy without, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like you wouldn't even need, why are we talking about it after the fact? We should have talked about that shit before.
Okay, Akela said she wants to know so she can beat the girl up. And
I'm going to beat the nigga up, so I still don't need to know her.
Will said he loves hoes. And,
you do.
And Shahir said, I don't need to know anything.
Oh, I need to know some shit, but I don't need to know the specifics. And I don't want to ever know the specifics.
Okay, the next question is single people giving married people.
I mean, but you said closure was bullshit to you, but and you said a couple weeks ago you don't want to know why.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. Okay, single people giving married people advice or people in long-term relationships. You know, you see that a lot of times where people feel like if you're single, you shouldn't be speaking on relationships. Like you've never been in a relationship or whatever the case may be, or you've never been married or whatever. So how do you feel about single people giving people in relationships advice?
People who are single that give relationship advice, Bitch, mind your motherfucking business. Yeah, you've been in relationships before, but bitch is a reason why you ain't in one now. And it could be that you want to take some time for yourself. But if you're doing that, reflect on yourself, bitch. Don't worry about my nigga. Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to people in long-term relationships giving advice to married people, I can't stand when a bitch say, well, you never been married, so you don't know. Bitch, I ain't never died before, but I know. You know what I'm saying? We've been to funerals. We know what the fuck happens. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that we haven't. If I've been with my man for 25 years, and you've been married to your man for 2 years, how the fuck can you say I can't give you an opinion about my relationship thicker than your shit? Mm-hmm. So I don't agree with that part. But a single bitch can't tell me shit about my man.
Okay, Jermaine said no, can't no single person tell me shit. Tracy said
period, Jermaine.
Tracy said you can learn from anyone, I don't care. Akila said right, why? Tess said I give the best advice, single or involved.
Tess, you've been involved since 1981 though, girl.
I mean,
so you know, we don't know you without a nigga.
Jermaine said people who are single have a different view on relationships.
That's very true. That's why a single bitch can't tell me shit about my man.
I kind of like go with Tracy on this.
What?
You can learn something from everybody. I just feel like when you're giving advice, first make sure it's solicited, because no one wants to hear unsolicited advice.
Very true.
That's for one. And then for two, when you're giving advice, you know, don't like overdo it where you're saying, well, if it was me or
you know, girl, you stupid for not.
Yeah, you can, if someone asks you something, fine, and then just don't go overboard with it, because you could possibly get upset with whatever outcome they come up with, you know, because they're not doing what you thought they should do and all of that kind of stuff. But like Tracy said, you definitely everybody can learn from someone married or single. That's
another thing. You should never be that invested in nobody's relationship where you get mad that they didn't do what the fuck you said do. But as far as that person could be single for a reason, though. That person could be single because they've been cheated on for the last 4 boyfriends and they ain't taking the. You don't think that bias would enter their opinion of you?
Will,
your situation?
It.
What the fuck Will
said? No, nobody want no advice from him. That's why he separated.
Will, they didn't want no advice from you when you were married, sir. But you don't think that would influence what she's saying to you?
What?
Okay, let's say Trina's single. Trina's last 4 boyfriends that cheated on her, they done dogged the shit out of her in any type of way. Sometimes some shit she didn't even reveal. You have no idea what the fuck Trina been through with the last 4 boyfriends. So when you ask her something about your man, you don't think that bias is going to come into play?
Jermaine said exactly, Tone.
That's what I'm saying. Bitch, don't tell me nothing about my nigga.
Okay, women. What makes you take a potential guy, one particular guy, serious if you have several potential suitors? So you got 3 to 5 people that are potentially interested in you, but you just take one. You know what I'm saying? What
one of them draws you more?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer first. I feel like consistency is for women. I feel like consistency.
You love that answer.
Consistency?
Yes.
That's a big part of life.
That's your number one.
Consistency?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like, okay, you may like John, but he's inconsistent, which is going to make you believe he ain't really interested. He got other situations going on. You might like Tim. Tim is very consistent. Tim going to always move up just because of consistency.
So what if it's a consistent motherfucker that you don't really feel like that?
Okay, if you don't feel him, consistency doesn't matter.
No, I mean, like, he's okay, and you know, like, you probably, if you hang out with him more, you probably could grow to love. Not somebody that you don't like. Somebody that you do like. You just don't like them as much as you like John.
And they're consistent or inconsistent.
And they're consistent with you. Isn't that kind of like settling, though?
But you don't like them as much?
You don't like them as much, but they're just around.
I don't think that's settling, because they can move up. You know what I'm saying? Just if you actually like them, there's always potential that they could knock somebody else out the way. Just, you know, especially like I say, because they're consistent.
I mean,
Akila said vibes and respectful. Will said I'm glad y'all paid that.
Akila, you love that respect shit.
Will said
I like a nigga to disrespect me a little bit.
Will said I'm glad y'all paid that internet bill. Joint.
Will, you're not shit, and that's why you're not going to join.
My fucking Wi-Fi was paid, William, so stop it.
Your go-go segment has been declined for next week.
Yes, that grand opening, grand closing. Grand opening, grand closing. Your go-go segment already got
You
snatched
fucked
away
it up
from
for
you.
yourself, baby.
Jermaine said the nice guys always finish last. Okay, who's a nice guy is subjective. Some people think they're nice guys, and actually they aren't.
And some women just aren't attracted to nice guys. There's nothing wrong with that. Some bitch. You know what I find? The bitches that live the fast life in their younger days, they want the nice guys at middle age and older. They still look. Don't try to say they look like trash now or nothing like that. Some bad bitches that just live the fast life in their teens and 20s, when they get like 30s, they want the nice guy. So you just looking in the wrong direction. I'ma say.
Okay. Moving on along.
We're really getting through these, girl. We might stick to our hour.
Have you dated someone addicted to hard drugs? Did they hide it? How did you find out, etc.? And this question came about because I was looking at something on TikTok where this young lady's baby's father was addicted to meth, and she said that she didn't know. I'm not saying she lying, but I kind of find, just because of the way that meth addicts conduct themselves, I kind of find it hard to believe. But I know once you are in love with somebody, it's hard to let them go, even with something like a heavy addiction.
Is she saying she didn't know it was meth, or she said she didn't know he was on drugs?
She just, you know how everybody says, I knew he smoked weed.
Nah, bitch. You knew he did something more than weed. Now, she might not have known it was meth. It could have been both, could have been K2, could have been... I don't know how people act off meth. I'm old, so that ain't my drug, my error. But, bitch, you should have known he was on something more than weed, though. So I'm with you on that. I don't know about that.
Drugs, I just feel like drugs just take you down such a different road and path. I would always be someone's friend and always try to encourage them. But that's something that they got to do. I mean, of course, I wouldn't want to turn my back on them. But you can't cry them off of drugs or, any of that. So I would go ahead and remove myself from that situation ASAP.
I have dated somebody that was on hard drugs back in the 90s. It was Boat. Y'all know Boat took a lot of motherfuckers out. And he was on Boat. And I never tried to talk him off of it. Now, mind you, I was like between 17 and 20.
So when he smoked both, did you think it was not cute, but you didn't really care?
No, I cared. Okay. But I knew, even at 17, I knew I can't change nobody's mind about doing nothing. So he gonna smoke the shit. I've always, even as a young person, I've always had the opinion, I can't change nobody. Only thing I can do is change myself. Mm-hmm. So when I got sick of it, I left him alone. But I never... we would get into it about it, but I never been like, no, I'm gonna leave you if you don't. Nah, I just dealt with it until I ain't want to deal with it no more, and then I left him. At 44, if you do anything harder than Ciroc and weed, bitch, I can't fuck around. Mm-hmm. I'm never gonna go through that ever again. I will say that.
So you would never be with an
addict? Never.
Because I feel like some people have in the city, in this area, they kind of casually snort coke or dope.
Yeah, I'm Gucci. I don't need it. I don't need y'all.
Okay, we'll say come on and go on this cruise, Tone.
It's 8 days, baby. I can't do 8 days.
We'll see y'all.
I can't do 8 days.
Tracy said, nope, I've never dated, but I've dated an alcoholic. He was big time too.
Tracy, alcoholic.
Leave them alone. They say alcoholics are worse.
They
drug
worse.
addicts.
First of all, they can be functioning. Then they get to pissing on themselves and violent,
reeking, and
that shit coming out your port, bitch. I can't do it.
I feel like a dope thing get their fix kind of early, and then they nod and then they lean for the rest. They lean with it, rock with it for the rest of the day. But I just feel like
that would get the fuck on my nerves.
And,
so no.
At my job, we don't even take people because some people coming down off of alcohol, they're more likely to die. Coming down than someone on heroin or something.
Yes.
That's just how horrible alcohol does your system.
Yes, alcohol is definitely a kill. And something to kill you even more is cigarettes. But the hard drugs, you'll stay around a little longer with that.
Okay, this was one of Tone's questions. She said the difference between cocky and full of yourself versus confident and sure of yourself.
Right.
Do you believe that there's a difference between being cocky, arrogant, and full of yourself, or just plain being versus being plain old. Well, they're confident and they're sure of themselves. I'll go first. I feel like the answer to that is total perception of whoever's viewing you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like whoever's viewing you, like you may view somebody as cocky, and another person might just view them as they're sure of themselves. So I feel like it's just the perception of the person that is viewing you.
So do you feel like there is a difference between cocky and confident?
No, I feel like it's one and the same.
But you don't mind it in some people.
I don't mind.
Or it makes it attractive in some people.
I love a cocky, arrogant man.
I do too.
I love it.
I don't want no
but
insecure ass motherfucker.
there can be a twist to it where you become like a jerk.
Well, okay. What is this called? You know the motherfuckers that you go down the timeline. They'll say something like, I just got my car detailed, but the only thing they show is the Mercedes emblem on the fucking steering wheel. Or, good morning everybody. You can't even see this bitch face. All you see is the labels he's wearing that day. Is that cocky, confident? What the fuck is that?
I don't believe that's cocky or confident.
What is that?
That's not just because cockiness and confidence is like an aura or like how your character trait, but showing off, that's just showing off. That's not like, you know what I'm saying? You can have low self-esteem, or you can be very
I feel like that is
down on yourself and show like I got money. So I don't believe that has anything to do with arrogance or cockiness.
I love someone
I'm sorry, Kanye was if you looked at the Kanye West documentary, Kanye was always very cocky and very arrogant when he didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just feel like that's something that's in you that has nothing to do with items.
I agree with that. And me too.
Gina has made it in.
Hey Gina, I do love a confident man. I don't like insecure.
Will say
people
that
are not my cup of tea.
Will say that broke MF is showing off. And I mean,
and sometimes they not broke. That's just what they love to do.
People just love to show off.
Yeah.
Tracy said nope.
We got some modern day Diddy's now and Mayweathers. We got people in our pay scale or in our in our areas that they just flash like that. And that's funny because when celebrities do it, we don't see it no type of way. Mm-hmm. But when the dude down the street do it, we be like, this nigga showing off. Why the fuck?
Thank you, Jermaine.
Why the fuck is he blah blah blah? So yeah, I agree.
Jermaine said he agreed with me. Tracy said it's definitely perception. I think more cocky, they're more so jerks, but they definitely cousins. And I love confidence and a little bit of cocky. Okay, so
I like a nigga to be like, bitch, I'ma find another one. You can leave me, bitch. I love a nigga like that.
Will said that Bama right for lit.
Cause that's gonna make me make you.
I would
make me make you.
And we only
get mad about leaving me.
We only got like 2 more questions for the night. The next question is like there was an article Will added in the YouTube box, but there was an article stating how men over 40, particularly men 45, 50, how they're ending up alone. And they're ending up in nursing homes. Did we talk about this?
No.
They ended up in nursing homes and things of that nature. It's a big like community that talks about this on TikTok as well, like CNAs and stuff. That be like all the men being there, facilities and stuff. Because we're at that age where you might have strokes or you might have something. But a lot of men,
especially the motherfuckers that don't take care of this.
A lot of men have been like players or whatever you want to call it, and they end up single.
Why do you think that is?
Because they single now.
No, I'm saying, why do you think they're single? Because they picky, or
because they picky? They still want to be players. They still living back in their youth mentally.
And then something ends up happening.
And something ends up happening to them, and they don't have nobody to. They don't have a woman.
Yeah, I got you.
And I feel like women, we still have children. Your children are gonna more like gravitate toward the mom. I feel like a woman will always have somebody. Men are kind of like they don't generally have a lot of friends. They may have 1 or 2 close friends, so they kind of like do things alone. So do you think, and it's really real because I work in mental health, and a lot of times when the guys come, who's your lifeline, who do you have, they don't have nobody. Is that something, men, is that something that you think about, just with our age going up? Is that something you consciously think about?
So basically men over 40.
And just like how your health, we at that age. Mm-hmm. So anything can happen to you at any time. Who's your next of kin? Who's your who's your support?
I agree with you. I feel like this is not. It's not a woman's issue, but it's more prevalent for the men. Like you said, women gonna have their kids.
Wait,
but some single dads have their kids.
Will said my question: RE, NEG, back, JYB, or what? Who do you
NEG
got?
always. Niggas, next question.
We always have Northeast Groovers. That's gonna be for eternity. But I want to just leave that in the past. I listen to an old
for nostalgia's sake.
I'll listen to an old tape. But Will, we gonna do your go-go segment 5 minutes in, and then we're not gonna do it anymore. So
also you lost last week's privileges, so be mindful of that.
Okay. Akila said men are single because they rather have a dozen females, flashy cars, jewelry, and they don't want to settle down. Tracy said they ended up alone because they are emotionally stagnant. Women not tolerating it anymore.
I agree with that.
That was a big part of the article, Tracy.
I agree with that.
That was a major part of the article, that women not playing that anymore. So that's a lot of the reason why.
And women have, first of all, let's be honest, it's the age of the woman, and we got options. Women from 15 years ago that couldn't pay for a date got niggas standing in line to date them now. For whatever reason, that bitch glowed up, her income glowed up, whatever the fuck they looking for, they checking for that bitch now. So I feel like it's a lot of that now. So women don't have to go for the bullshit they go for. And I also believe that women aren't necessarily looking for love anymore. Like, they're looking for a good time, bitch. My kids are raised. I ain't trying to, I'm here for a good time, not a long motherfucking time.
And if you're a man and you're not healthy, or you present as a problem,
I'm out.
She not gonna be bothered. Whereas though back in the day, no matter what, she just dealt with the ball and chain.
I'm finna stick by him. He done had a stroke. He cheated on me for 30 years. He had 6 kids on me, but I'm still here. I'm gonna push this bitch on around with this. Fuck that. Bitches now are like, nah, we're not. Let that bitch push you around.
Okay, our last question of the night. Do you believe that there is a such thing as oversharing online?
Yes. God, yes.
What do you feel are some examples of oversharing? I feel like any hospital picture, and it's just my personal opinion,
yes.
Any hospital picture, unless you just had a baby, and not while you're in labor with your vagina open, but if you got the baby laid up on skin to skin or whatever,
cool,
that's cool. But I feel like
you with the IV,
I just feel like hospital pictures, funeral pictures, morgue pictures.
Anybody who posts somebody dead, I unfollow. I don't like
you at the doctor. You at the doctor's office. I just feel like some things. And trust me, I grab my phone for a lot of things a lot too as well, because I feel like we don't even consciously think about it anymore. We taking a selfie everywhere we go, whatever we do, but I just draw the line. Health concerns, I don't think they should be posted.
Do you feel like there's any relationship type situations where it shouldn't be posted?
Yes, for sure.
Like what?
I feel like, of course, there are problems in a relationship.
That's what I was about to say.
That's normal, but I don't feel like that should be posted online. I don't feel like the intricate details of a troubled relationship should be posted online, where we, the viewer, can connect the dots because you said this, you said that, you said that.
I was about to say, I really feel like if you found out like your man cheated and you going to approach him on it, girl, it's entertaining as fuck. But
yeah, we're definitely going to tune in.
I wouldn't suggest you post that.
Dennis said he got a hospital pic. Screw me. Nanny said definitely, exactly, Tina. The hospital joints, the oxygen,
too much.
The oxygen tubes in the nose is
Nanny,
too much.
The IV in the arm is what get me. It's the IV.
No, somebody.
Because every motherfucker who wanted to be serious about their hospital stay post the IV.
No, somebody on my friends list posted them when they were getting medevaced. They were actually in the helicopter, and they posted it. I mean, I feel like that's too much. If you
too fucking much.